alas 3, tumutok na kayo. Si Yusek Claire may bagong kwento, kung saan ang tama nagiging mali, at kung anong mali yun daw ng balay-balita. Daily propaganda briefing, kung saan ang tanong ay scripted ang ending. Sabay-sabay tayong mag-feeling informed, habang ang katotohanan ay unti-unting na-deform. May chart na baluktot, may graph na hilaw, kahit walang data, basta confident ang galaw. Sagot sa tanong, that's fake news, next please. Tapos selfie with font ng statistics na misstilled ng please. Sa harap ng kamera, ako ang reyna ng briefing, kahit walang ebidensya, may conviction ng acting. No, daily propaganda briefing. Truth is subjective, depende sa branding. Tanong mo legit, wag kang pikon dito sa show na walang follow-up question. Daily propaganda, kaya isip na laging may escape clause or reasoning. You're live na live sa mundong walang accountability. This program is brought to you by Department of Gaslighting and Creative Editing. This program is brought to you by Department of Gaslighting and Creative Editing.
Yo! Shoutout sa inyo lahat. Shoutout muna Pablo and Sumigi, Kais Minion, Marie, Lois, Miss Happy, John, Enbray, Ian, Arles Daily Dose, July, Daming Ebas, Soybe Music, JBA, Da Castillo, Lawrence, Silent Scream, WD40, Jerry, DJP, Maria, Portia, Bong, Russell's Dad, Vito Joe, Kaniguan Man, Christina, Polgoso, Lipoy, Drugs, Paulo, Kapitan Guapo, Teacher Mark Reacts, Group Process, Hearthstone, Papa Polly, Hyacinth, Gemma, JYZD, Sangad Nika, Janet, Jom Amor, Mike Revilla, Toots, Margerios, Bulating Kahoy, Tiang G, Juan Marco, Raging Pinoy, Faye, Media Print McKinley. Ba't tinira ka niya, no? Adam, Jerome, Mary Jane. Ganda ng jersey, ah.
Sagot sa tanong, that's fake news, next please.
PD3, Fortune, Apliu, Raket, Aida, Momong, John, Jay, Jackie, Drugs, MGN, Ohana, Shabalahay Day, Boy Castigo, Janet, Vincent, alas 3 na late. Uy, oo nga, naka-Petronas Mercedes shirt, nice. Ciao kayo. Thank you boss kayo sa wala. Shoutout na rin ako. Hey, Kapitan Guapo, Manuel. Kwento ko lang sa inyo ano niyan, ah. Actually, sponsored to. Alam mo na kung sino, Jerry? Sino ba yung anak ko na mahilig sa meow? Magaling din sa advertisement. Vlogger kasi yung tatay, di ba? Oh. Shoutout sa iyo, Maharlika. Shy Tavios, di ba? Hindi naman niya sinolder lahat. Sinolder ko, tapos sinolder niya yung bang ano. Okay? So kung order kayo dun sa anak ko, magandang hapon, boss. Bakit? Team Russell ba? Ha? Mahilig kasi sa ano yon. sa sa Netherlands siya umu-order sa Netherlands. So, ano siguro, ano no? Tawag ito, marketing, dude. Marketing. Na, ito, kapag order kayo, sabihin nyo lang sa akin, ha? Order tayo sa anak ko. Okay? Businessman eh. Marami siyang order actually. Roy Petronas rin team ko. Actually, I don't know shit about it. To be honest, I don't know shit about it. Siya yung nakakaalam. Sinuot ko lang to. Oh. 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 2.5 to. Hayop na yan. Anyway, shoutout sa inyo lahat. Saan natin sisimulan? Maraming tayong good news and bad news today. Okay? Sabihin ko sana, tumatanggap ako ng bigay. Paano makabili? Binilin mo na Sir Kayo tapos bibenta. Ano? Bilin muna ni Sir Kayo tapos ibibenta. Ano daw? Mahal. Petronas Mercedes yan, F1 team. Mahal merch niyan. Mahal nga eh. Actually, sinolder niya pa yung ano eh. Yung iba eh. Pero ako kasi I support local. I support local businessmen. Hindi, gusto ko lang siya maano talaga. Kasi marami na rin siyang benta actually. Ang dami niya ng benta. As in talaga ang dami niya ng benta. Kumikitang kabuhayan talaga si Tanga. Yung alam ko lang, JA, yung sponsors team View, Snapdragon, HP. Karistang Rakista. May pirma daw ni Kayo yung first 100 na mag-avail. Sa ko pipirmahan to? Sa mga gusto bumili, PM lang kayo sa FB ni Kayo. Oo, PM lang kayo sa akin. Okay, sa personal account ko, ha? Sige, let's go. Simulan natin to, ha? Let's go. Unang-unang good news, of course, tungkol sa bigas. Kasi ang good news, May 1 na ngayon, di ba? May 1 na ngayon. Ang good news, distribution of, baka sa Facebook meron nun. Uh, 20 kg rice. Yan. Ay. Hindi, 20 peso. Yan handa. Yay. Handang-handa na. Handang-handa na ang 20 peso per kilo. Oh. Silip ka Discord. Bakit ano meron? Ano meron? Saan? Discord saan? Bro, marami tayong server eh. Saan? Ito muna. Ito. DA, Marcos Pilot 20 peso kilo rice program cost government up to 12 billion. Hindi ba yung buong ano na yun? Hindi ba parang puro buong ano na yun? Teacher Mark? Hindi ba parang buong budget na yun? Armado ba? Armado. O, nasa armado ako. Ano yun, Jerry? Baka pwede mo sabihin. Kasi nasa armado ako eh, pero ano tinitingnan ko ba? Ano mo tinitingnan ko? Ano, Jerry? May pick ni BBM yung bigas? Oh, meron actually. Ito. Ayan oh. Ready na nga daw eh. Yan, ready na nga daw. O yan. So, di tayo magsimula. The good news is, nag-start na, no? Sa Cebu lang yun eh. Oo nga. Sounds like the 20p rice is not sustainable. Kaya nga, so ito na nga. Tamang-tama to. Yung sinasabing 12 billion na yan, just think about it. Okay? Papakita ko sa inyo yung ginawa ko. Bakit ako na naman? Papakita ko sa inyo yung ginawa ko, ha? Ito. Bago tayo mag-start, para may ano kayo. Ay, gagi. Yan.
Welcome to KAU and the Machine. Today, we're talking about something that sounds too good to be true, because it is. 20 pesos per kilo of rice. It's a...
Ito. Panoorin nyo muna yan, ha? Kasi saktong-sakto to. Ito mismo yung point ko dito. Okay? Sige ha. Panoorin nyo muna yan.
Welcome to KAU and the Machine. Today, we're talking about something that sounds too good to be true, because it is. 20 pesos per kilo of rice. It's a promise that won votes. A dream for every Filipino household. But in reality, it's a ticking time bomb. Let's break it down. On paper, 20 peso rice seems noble. Make food affordable. Help the poor. Stimulate local agriculture. But here's the truth. Rice doesn't grow on subsidies. The current cost of producing rice, when including balay procurement, milling, logistics, warehousing, and salaries, is around 48 pesos per kilo for the National Food Authority. But it's being sold, thanks to government intervention, at 33 pesos per kilo to Food Terminal Inc., FTI, and eventually at 20 pesos per kilo to the public. That means we're bleeding 28 pesos per kilo in government funds. It's not just charity, it's a hemorrhage. The NFA was given around 12 billion pesos this year just to buy palay. But here's the catch. Every time they sell that palay as milled rice, they lose money. 48 pesos becomes 33 pesos. 33 pesos becomes 12. That's a legalized money pit, and it's not stopping. To keep this going, you need endless funding because you're subsidizing every single grain. But here's the problem. Budgets aren't endless. Sooner or later, the program will collapse under its own weight, or worse, become dependent on continuous loans or foreign debt just to pretend we're feeding people cheaply. Let's go deeper. In trading, a wash sale is when someone sells a stock at a loss and then buys it back, just to play with the numbers. Now apply that to rice. NFA buys palay at 25 pesos per kilogram from farmer cooperatives, some of which are connected to local politicians. They mill it and sell the rice at 20 pesos. Sounds like a loss, right? But here's the twist. The same group that sold palay can be the one buying the 20 peso rice, repackaging it, or mixing it into the commercial market, then selling it at 40 pesos per kilogram. And guess what? The NFA buys palay again, possibly from the same source, using the next year's budget. Yep, same product, cycled back. Subsidy in, profit out. It's a perfectly legal theft, hidden under the cloak of helping the poor. Let's talk about distribution. The rice goes through Food Terminal Inc., then to LGUs or groups like Grecon. But who's buying it? Who's tracking the flow? Here's where ghost beneficiaries come in. Rice meant for the poor. Some LGUs inflate their distribution numbers. Some resell it to trade. Some create pilot programs that never reach real households. In the chaos, the real poor stay hungry, while connected individuals profit. The market is flooded with subsidized rice, but it ends up in the wrong hands. This isn't just unsustainable, it's immoral. Right now, the NFA has over 11 million sacks of rice and palay, but 342 warehouses, many of them under repair, are overloaded. Why? because they need to make room for the next batch of palay to justify the next round of spending. It becomes a cycle. Buy palay high, sell rice low, claim budget depletion, ask for more money, repeat. And to clear space, they rush to release rice at 20 pesos per kilogram, even when there's no solid plan for monitoring, logistics, or fraud control. This isn't buffer stocking. This is artificially induced demand, driven by political deadlines, not by food security. At its core, this isn't about economics. It's about optics. 20 peso rice was a campaign slogan dressed up as a policy. Now, the burden falls on the NFA, the LGUs, and the taxpayers. And if things go wrong, no one gets blamed. No audit trail, no receipts, no faces. Just hungry people and missing billions. Let's be clear, rice should be affordable, but not through fake economics and broken loots. Because behind every peso kilo, there's 28 pesos in silent theft. There's one more chance for corruption. And one more day, the poor stay poor, while the powerful play heroes. This isn't just unsustainable, it's dangerously exploitable. And the real price of 20 peso rice might just be our nation's future. And we see through the grain. And that wraps up today's breakdown. Here at Caillou and the Machine, we don't just base on facts. We plan, we innovate, and we challenge lazy narratives. Because in a world full of noise, critical thinking is our machine. Stay sharp, stay real. Caillou, signing off.
You and Shane, hawak bibuing, tuloy ang pangarap natin.
Yo! Naman sabi AI ba yun? Oo, AI yun. AI. Sabi, nawawala daw yung nawawala daw yung daliri. Kasi nga yung unang video, hindi lang mag-gets na AI. Yung pangalawa, yan naman siguro gets mo ng AI yan, no? Nawawala yung daliri eh. Di ba? Siguro naman gets mo na. O ngayon, kung narinig niyo yung paliwanag doon ni Caillou and the Machine, yun din yung point ko sa live stream ko kahapon. Okay? Ngayon, how is it then possible na 12 billion peso up to galing, kala ko nung una ikaw talaga yung nagsasalita. AI kasi na nangit-ngit yung mouth part. AI yun, hindi symmetrical yung eyeball. I can actually fix that too. Pero ayoko naman gawing human na human, right? Anyway, how is it then possible na 12 billion up to 12 billion pesos yung pilot? How is that possible? How? Ang question dito is not really it's not really about the pilot. Okay? This is just tip of the iceberg. Sa akin, it's okay. Ito, just to fulfill the promise, that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. But nakapa-English ako, dude. Come on, stop it. Come on, palay. Stop saying palay, dude. Para sa mga first time lang po, manood ng video ni Caillou and Machine, yung nagasalta po si Caillou. Si Machine po yung nasa video. Dub lang po yung audio. Palay. Ito. Wala sa akin problema to. Kasi kung ang purpose lang nito is to actually fulfill the promise, that's fine with me. But continuing it at large scale, now I have a problem. Gagi, hindi ko na alam kung AI ka na naman. 20 pesos. Nagigess nyo na kung bakit, nagigess nyo ba kung bakit it's dangerous if we continue it? Because it's going to bleed us dry. Ang laki ng 12 billion, parang bank heist na pag-report ng bank manager, idamay na sa tangay pati yung ninakaw niya. wag mo ako idamay dyan, bro Russell Dad. Wag mo akong dinadamay dyan sa mga galit mo, ha? Wag mo ako idamay dyan, ha? Ang gusto ko lang sabihin, sa akin sa ngayon, okay to. Okay lang yan. Good news yan. Kasi may makaka-afford ng 20 pesos na worth of palay. Okay? May makaka-afford ng 20 pesos per kilo. Per kilo. Kilo. Guess nyo? Hindi po ba magiging advantage para sa mga local farmer if ever kaya po nila ibenta ng mataas kung walang middleman? No, not really. Why? Let's say 20 pesos yung pag-sell, right? Yung pagbigay ng ano. So ngayon, kapag kakalat na yung 20 pesos, kapag kalat na yung 20 pesos sa market, you flooded the market with 20 pesos, right? The farmers will be forced to sell it for 10 pesos. Then magkakaroon ng malaking gap, then open for corruption. That's why it's always the free market that prevails. Why? Because if you actually control the market, if ang ginawa mo is directed yung market, there are going to be arbitrage, unnecessary consequences, unintended consequences. That's why you need a free market. Because the free market will find its equilibrium, will find its value. That's the power of free market. Nagets nyo? This is going to kill the farmers too. Kaya nga sabi ko, if you want to kill them, just kill them already. But I guess they cannot do that because I think NFA can only buy from the local farmers, right? O yung pag binenta ng 10 pesos ng mga farmers, bibili lahat ng government tapos in papers, 33 pesos ang bili. Exactly! Exactly! Kaya nga sa ko, legalized theft to, dude. Then you're gonna sell it sa 20 pesos. Then madidiplit yung budget mo and then hingi ka na naman ng budget, right? Question. Saan napunta yung difference? It's just, for some reason, it's magic. Right? The money disappears sa thin air. Think about it. Think. First way, andito mo tayo. Punta mo tayo kay Yusek. Okay? Kasi dito mag-make sense yung question ni Eden. Okay? Sa'yo pala napunta magic. Don't forget it's subsidy. So wala pa din bumaba. Yan. Alam na yan. Ano na yan? Yeah, by default, magic. Come on, stop it. And don't forget, given na yan. That's not the point. Okay. Ngayon, mag-make sense na sa inyo yung sinasabi ni Eden. Okay? Yung question ni Eden dito, mag-make sense sa inyo. It's gonna make sense. Trust me. Let's go.
Ayun po, local
Sa Mito po.
Ah.
Yusek, good morning po. Kailan po
Dapat na yata magpalit ng food staple ang mga Pinoy.
kaya mailalabas ng Marcos administration yung 20 pesos na halaga ng piso ng
Bakit tinanong mo si Magic, Marie? Tinagdidipang ka ni Marie, gagi, galsi si Marie.
20 pesos na halaga ng bigas cut.
Bakit mo inano? Relax ka lang, Marie. Relax ka lang. Ano masama sa comment niya, Gagi? Oh.
Kada kilo po, piso ng 20 pesos na halaga ng
Oh, tinira mo na naman, Marie. Ano ba? Uy, Marie, ano ka ba? Magkape ka muna dyan nga.
bigas kada kilo po. Tapos na po ba yung guidelines ukol dito? Kasi po after nung announcement, marami yung lumabas sa social media. Ano po yung sinasabi na yung bigas ay luma, may amoy. Meron naman pong iba sa ibang lugar mismo, hindi naman sa Visayas kung saan dapat una yung implementation nito. Sabi niyo po na manggagaling din sa mga lokal na magsasaka. Yun pong
Manggagaling na sa lokal na magsasaka, right? Okay.
ibebentang 20 pesos na bigas. May we know po sino-sino yung mga magsasaka or
Noong unang nyo narinig yan, hindi nyo magets kung, why are you asking for those information, dude? Because it is important. Why? Because without the identity of those farmers and co-op, then what I said do sa kayo and the machine, that's gonna happen. That's why the identity of the farmers and also the co-op, we need to know it. Why? Because the co-op, may mga co-op na associated sa politician, right? Saan galing ang paninda? Exactly. Binalik sa kanya yung specifics na hinahanap niya.
kooperatiba na
Ito.
magiging po sino-sino yung mga magsasaka or kooperatiba na magiging source po o pagkukunan.
For example, may isa akong follower na kachat ko agabi. Ang kuwanan sa kanila, ang bilihan sa kanila is 14 to 15 pesos. Okay? But NFA is actually saying it's 24 pesos, right? There's a big difference there. Now we'll make it worse. Mamaya.
Itong
True, sa amin dito ang baba ng kuha ng palay, less than 16 pesos na, tas NFA 20 plus kuha. Kanino kaya kinuha? Exactly. That's why it's very, very important, right? Right? Kaya yung question ni Eden, now it makes sense. Dahil sa video ko at saka sa paliwanag ko ngayon sa inyo. Like, about 60%.
bigas
May tubo agad NFA, 80%.
dito.
Unaunahin po natin ang mga katanungan ni Miss Eden. Una po, pinapasinungalingan na po namin yung sinasabi sa mga balita na ito'y may amoy. Una-una, hindi pa po nag-roll out. Kaya po ito ay masasabi
Actually,
natin.
ito yung issue ng amoy. Siguro sa simula lang yung magiging issue eh. Pero, if they're going to continue this, mawawala yan. Why? Think about it this way. Ngayon, nag-stock sila ng 3 to 6 months. Ang 6 months is yung palay. Right? Yung palay. Tapos, yung 3 months is yung bigas. Right? Think about it. Okay. They're gonna have to buffer that. Keep that kind of buffer, right? Nagigets nyo? So ngayon, mas matagal ang profit doon. Like for example, ako yung politician, right? Sabihin natin na may cut ako dyan. Okay? Internally, may cut ako dyan. Okay? So ngayon, ano bang mas gusto ko? Mas mabilis yung pasok ng pera sa akin o yung mas matagal? Of course, you're greedy. You're greedy. You're gonna have to do it really, really fast. Right? How? Gusto mong gatasan ng gatang kayang gatasan, right? Now, yung 3 months na buffer stock and 6 months, hindi na yung mangyayari. Kasi part din ng rule is parang 15 days, right? 15 days? 15 days, papalitan sila. Basta may ibenta nila yung 15 days. Okay, do that in cycle. Do that in cycle. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, yung mabaho, yung may amoy na bigas, that's not gonna happen anymore. People will be happy because there's this 20 pesos na bigas. At hindi na siya mabaho. Sa simula lang yung mabaho. Kung totoo man yung mabaho. Pero if you're going to continue that, wala nang mabaho. Everything will be fresh. What you think? Kailangan mo lang i-stream. May 3 stream. Tanong ko, what will be the solution for the price ceiling? Ha? For the price ceiling? Na normalize? Yeah, because it's hindi mawala ng amoy kasi mabilis na yung ano eh. Ano matawag doon? Mag-cycle na. Yes, mawala ng amoy. Maraming farmers na inuutang ang pambili ng binhi. Yeah. Ayun kasi yung point, right? Sa ngayon lang problema yan, yung baho-baho na yan. Kaya nga sabi ko, I'm okay. I'm fine with this na just to fulfill the promise of the president para matahimik lang yung mga DDS na yan. Sure, I'm all for it. But if you're going to make it a practice, a regular practice, we have a problem. Gabenta na yung mabaho bigas. Yeah. Gawin nila yan. Kaya nga kailangan mabilis eh. Tama ah. If I'm going to engineer it, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. You like to hear it? Mamaya na. Paano pa hanggang ma-receive it?
Isang disinformation. Pangalawa po, sinabi po ni Secretary Laurel na ang una pong ilo-launch po ito sa Cebu, May 1.
Ito yun. Ito yung good news.
So kung saan po ito ibebenta, ito po ay ayon na rin po sa guidelines ng local government units. Siguro po mas maganda po itanong natin kung sino po yung mga involved na local government units para malaman natin kung ano yung mga guidelines po nila. At sa May 2 naman po ay si...
Mag-e-election kasi kaya ganyan. I don't think so. Diyan kayo mapapahiya. Is that because of election? Pahiya kayo dyan, guys. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Mga DDS dyan. After nyan, wala na yan. Are you sure? Mga mapahiya ka. I just explained it on how you make money from it. Are you telling me they're gonna stop it? Of course not. Mag-isip ka nga, Genjo. Yun ang problema sa inyo eh. Walang critical thinking. For the sake of ng approval rating. Kasama lang yun. Greed ang motivation ba? Yeah, greed ang motivation dyan. It's an infinite money glitch. Correct! It's a money machine. You cannot even detect. You cannot even detect where the money goes. Sayang naman yung 30 minutes na explanation. Oo nga eh. Life hack na nga eh. Kaya nga, that's why I'm so against this for the long term. Endless cycle ng pera yan. Yeah. Kaya yung mga nagsasabi na this is for election lang, legal theft nga eh. Tingnan nyo, mapapahiya kayo dyan. Legal money laundering. Continuous yung budget. Exactly! Saan ba kinukuha yung budget? Sa GAA. Sasabihin mamaya. Sasabihin mamaya. Ano?
Isimulan din po ito sa Visayas
Blessing in crisis.
Avenue, sa Bureau of Animal Industry. Sa May
Optics nga lang yan. Ang end goal is to make money out of the Philippine budget. Kaya nga sabi ni Kayo, kung this is just to fulfill a campaign promise, okay lang. Kasi nga, corruption na.
ito naman po ay sa Kabiwa.
Ano po yung mga, sino-sino po yung mga magsasaka or kooperatiba na pag mumulan po nitong source ng 20 pesos na bigas? Kasi sabi niyo po, local farmers po ang panggagalingan nito. Ibig sabihin, hindi po imported rice yung ibebenta natin na 20 pesos na bigas.
Sa ngayon po, ang sinasabi po natin ay manggagaling ito sa local farmers. Yan po ang maliwanag. Kung meron po mga kooperatibang mai-involve po dito,
Na problem dyan kayo, pagtatapos ng terms nila, madami siya kayo na habol sa kanya. Hindi ba kayo nakinig sa explanation ko? I literally said, when something goes wrong, there's no one to blame. Why? You have to track the footprint. You cannot track it to the president. Guys, mag-isip naman kayo! Anak ng toko naman, no? Ang tagal-tagal ko na dito sa YouTube. Mag-isip naman kayo. Minsan feeling ko wala ako natutulong sa inyo eh. Alam niyo, minsan feeling ko talaga wala akong kwenta dito eh. Mag-isip naman kayo. From the top. Local farmers. Relax ka lang. Ulitan na lang. Ayoko na. Tuloy natin. Nagsisisi ka na ba kayo? Medyo. Para 3 o'clock habit to ah. Oh, let's go.
tignan po natin ang susunod na
Team Replay 3. Panoorin nyo yung video ko sa Kayo and the Machine. Please. Panoorin doon. Gusto nyo ba i-translate ko pa sa Chinese? Ha? Parang ganito. Sino ba yan? Ba't wala yun? Ba't wala? Nasaan na yun? Wala yata dito. Gusto mo iyan ako pa sa Chinese? I-translate ko pa sa Chinese? Tagalog version daw.
guidelines at hingin po natin ang mga listahan. Kaya kalo-launch pa lamang po nito at sisimulan pa lamang po sa May 1.
Okay,
So wala
ito.
pong mga specific na mga kooperatiba or mga...
Magandang negosyo to, taxpayers. Namumuhunan, pag-aagawan niya 20... Exactly.
magsasaka na
Good afternoon, Mang Temyo.
pagmumulan po nitong bigas na ito, itong 20 pesos, para po naman na malaman natin na
Kapag hindi alam kung kanino binili, kanino magreklamo na defective binili mo.
yung bigas, ito itong 20 pesos, para po naman na malaman natin na yung bigas, galing po talaga sa ating mga magsasaka.
Exactly. Kailangan natin ng tracking system. Kanino galing? Kasi, bakit? Ito. Think about it this way. Okay. Let's create a hypothesis. We will be the criminals. Okay? We will be the secretaries. We will be the secretaries of the departments. How do you do it? Here's how I'm going to do it. Ako, NFA. Sino nonsense DA. Right? Okay. Ganito gagawin ko. Okay. Bibili ako sa farmers, right? Bibili ako sa farmers ng palay. Bibili ako ng palay. O ngayon, gigiling ko, aanuin ko na, this bibenta ko sa FTI. That's 33 pesos, right? So, sinubsidize ko ng 15 pesos, right? Okay. And then, sila ngayon, FTI, ibibenta sa merkado, right? O ngayon, sabihin na natin, maraming nakapila, may part doon na nakapila, pero may part doon na hinord ko. Hinord nung tropa natin. Bakit? Kasi ibabalik niya. Kasi yung NFA ngayon, bibili ngayon sa akin. Tapos magkakaroon ng, may kukontakin akong co-op na itong stock na yung binenta ko. Punta sa co-op, bibigay sa akin, magkakatay contract. They are forced to collude. Kasi hindi pwede magbenta ng palay din si si NFA eh. Kailangan niya magbenta ng bigas, right? So hindi pwede. But meron silang gilingan, right? Yung gilingan na yon is bigas na yon, may ibang palay. So pwede ko isama doon sa bigas na yon, yung dati. Right? Pwede ko isama doon. So pagpunta noon, pwede kong iikot ngayon yung supply papunta sa isang co-op, nakakulod ko, and then bibili ulit ako sa kanya on paper. On paper, bibili ako sa kanya. Pero in reality, that was my old stock. Do you get it? O ngayon, sa NFA pa lang yung pinag-usapan natin. Paano pa yung politician? Kasi yung politician, saan kikita yon? Kikita yon sa difference ng pagkabili sa 48 pesos. 48 pesos ba yun? O 48 pesos. Naging 33. Naging 20. Doon sa cycle na yon, doon kikita yung politician. Because in between, the money disappears. Pucha, napamura ako dun ah. Kasi, people think na this is, that's not plausible. That's why I'm explaining it to you clearly. So you would understand it and you would see what I see. New papers, recycled stocks. Yes. That's why importante yung sinasabi ni Eden, kanino ba kumukuha? Sino ba? Kasi if we don't have that list, we cannot verify it. We cannot audit it. Rice laundering ba ito? Contract for difference na yan. Paano na yung ibang nagbebenta ng rice boss? Yun nga yung problema eh. Babahain nga yung market ng 20 pesos, right? Boss ka yung money hacks yun ah. I know. I just showed you. I will make the money disappear. Ano punta sa pocket ko? Criminal minds ka talaga, kayo. That's what I said. Dati pa. Right? Kaya importante yung question ni Eden. Sino yung farmers? Sino yung co-op? Tama, walang transparency ang ginagawa. Sabi ko nga, kung ito ay to fulfill the promise lang, and then we stop, para lang maubos yung laman ng okay lang. Sa okay lang, para matahimik lang din yung DDS. At ma-fulfill na ni PBBM yung promise ng 20 pesos. Okay na sa akin yun. Can we go back to reality now? Sa unang tunog, magkano lang ba yung difference dun sa 20 pesos? Tapos naisip kong ilang milyon na tons na. Exactly. Tama, she could have just said, I do not know where we got it. We will get back to you. Pero instead, isang bastos na reply. Literal na rice washing, aka. Kaya importante dito ka sa panig natin, Sir Kayo, paano na lang nasa kabila ka. May sira ba ang supply and demand, Boss Kayo? It will. It will disrupt the market. Why? Because the people will say, we're getting it for 20 pesos. See? I have a contract with this co-op. Really? So mapupersa ngayon yung farmers. Na magbenta ng mas mababa, right? O pag nagbenta ng mas mababa, the corruption continues. Make sense yung mga theory mo, Kayo. Nung una, sabi din ni attorney na possible for this election lang yung 20 na bigas. No, I'm not. I'm looking at the economics of it. I'm sorry. Kumbaga, yes, politics is part of it. Okay? But sa side ko kasi, I'm looking at the economics of it. Walang pagkakaiba to sa arrest warrant ni Digong. Sorry. Okay? Why? Because NFA cannot sell directly to the market. And who was the problem back then? It was the NFA. Sila yung problema dati. Kaya ginawa yung RTL. Now they found a way na i-cover yung idea. Paano yung rice tariffs kayo? Basag yung mga rice dealers, wawa. No, actually, no, they're not. They're not. They're not really. Bakit? Kayo, sa ganitong scheme, hindi kaya substitution with lower grade rice. Rice marked as high quality. Subsidize, maybe swap with cheaper low grade rice to increase margins. No. We're talking about the subsidized na ng NFA eh. No, you don't have to swap anything. Those buyers are not real buyers. Why do you need to swap it? Come on, Kuya Jel, think. Those buyers are not real buyers. Only a few of them are real. Think, Kuya Jel. Think. Why do I need to swap it? LGUSDA may report more subsidized kilos than we actually sold. Example, claiming for 100,000 kilos when we only 50 were distributed. Meaning what? Sa ganitong scheme, hindi kaya substitution with lower grade rice. Okay. So, ang gusto mong sabihin is, kukuha sila ng, well, okay. Actually, that's an alternative. Actually, that you're giving them more options. Kasi ganito yung gusto mo sabihin, tama? Ang sinasabi mo is, hindi pwedeng lower grade yung ibenta nila. Tandaan mo, 48 pesos yung mismong threshold ng price, right? Right? Oh, okay. 48 pesos quality. Supposedly, right? They can do that. And the system still plays the same. For example, 48 pesos yung market price. Hindi nga market price yun, basta market price na lang natin 48 pesos. 48 pesos market price. They're gonna subsidize it. Isisell nila at a loss. So that's 33 pesos, right? Ngayon, isa-subsidize ngayon ng LGU at with good grade, with high grade, with premium grade. Then there's no problem. That's why sabi ko sa'yo, I don't have to swap it. Pero that's scalable dun sa point ng gusto mo. Yung system na yon, yung scheme na yon, it is actually scalable in that way too. Totoo yan, di lahat na nasa bidding totoong tindahan. Tapos yung pinakamura ang pinipili. Ang alam ko meron cap for 10K per week lang pwede bilhin. Pero criminals can work around that. Exactly. All I have to do is get your names. Right? Kumuha ko na mahihirap na dito, I just get your names. Either market price kaya laruin. Yeah. The money still disappears. Because, saan ba humahatak ng pera yan? Sa GAA. Nagets nyo? Sagaa kumukuha ng pera yan eh. So, yung bawat subsidized doon, yung pagbagsak na yon, lagi nag-shoulder nun is taxpayers. Ubos pera ng bayan ka-subsidize. Ganun talaga mangyari. Parang akap lang din. Exactly same! Same scheme. Pabor yan sa rice cartels. Actually, no. Not really. Tama ha? You're looking at it as if they're gonna blend in sa economy. They're not. They're not. They're isolated economy. Who's gonna check? Who's gonna care? No one does. So they will actually play as an isolated economy there. Money-making machine. That's why it's very bad na i-subsidize yung mga yan. Magkikreate ka ng arbitrage. Oh, yung pa lang yung una, yung pa lang yung sa DA, ay doon sa NFA, right? Okay, how about this? Ito pa, here's another one. Okay, NFA, FTI, and then mag-sell sa kunyari sa tao. I-hoard nila and then makipag-usap sila para sa black market. They can sell that. Konti lang yung kailangan mo. Nabigyan, right? Sabihin, laging ubos. If FTI is buying at 48 and selling at 33, but actual rice doesn't move or quantities are inflated in reports, then the 15 subsidy per kilo becomes a channel for siphoning public funds. That's what I've been telling you, Kuya Jel. That's why I said it's a money-making machine. It disappears in the cycle. Here's the problem. You cannot track it. That's why it's a very bad idea if you actually intervene sa market. Kaya yung gusto mong i-lower yung price ng 20 pesos by subsidy, that's bullshit. You can only do that in free market economy. If you cannot do that in free market economy, then it means it's impossible. Plain 15 pesos na bawas, grabing money washing machine yan. Glitch in the matrix. That's what I've been telling you. That's what I've been saying. Kaya hindi masagot sino yung mga farmers. Economy level sleight of hand. It is. And it is genius. It is genius. Wicked, but genius. Mangyari. Kaya importante to.
Hindi lamang yung mamamayan natin ang makikinabang sa murang bigas, kundi maging yung mga magsasaka po. Parang two birds in one stone po yung hit ng gobyerno natin dito.
Katulad po ng sinabi natin,
Kung sino man nakaisip niyan, you're evil, but genius. Ay nako.
dapat wala po tayong pagdududa. Local farmers
Is it possible to provide independent audits? That's what we're pushing for. But again, Kuya Jel, we want that. But the problem is, we're justifying na it stays. Kasi my position is, just do your thing, fulfill the shit ng promise mo, and then let's stop. Let's go back to reality, dude. It's okay if it's a political move. I'd rather na political move lang ito. Who's weak leader now? Totoo yan, Boss Kayo. Sasabihin nila na ubos na. Kaya maraming stock ang NFA Cebu. Magaling maglaro ng nasa NFA Cebu. Bigas na pala bigasan. And now people know yet still not doing anything. Kasi kapag ka dinignify ko yan, Kuya Jel PH Caster. Kapag dinignify ko yan na, yeah, we should push for independent audits. But am I agreeing na it should stay? Of course not. I want a free market one. Nakakuha na naman sila ng idea kay Kayo. What makes you think na hindi yun talaga yung idea nila? Ang maikinabang niyan ay politiko din, kumita na naging familiar pa. Yep, they're the superheroes.
Po, sa panahon po ngayon, as we speak, sa local farmers po ito kukunin.
Kung sa laro bag to, may ideological barrier. Kapag may kumontak sa akin, I'd like to hear it. Explain it to me. Kapag may kumontak sa akin, o may kumino sa akin, shh, nilagay ako sa loob ng van. I watch your live stream. Explain it to me. Oh shit. I think it's common sense, you know. Sa mga kalidad mo, I think it's common sense.
Kung meron pa po
How to prevent yung ganyang klase ng scam? Do not allow any subsidy. That's why that's my pushback. That's my pushback with Sir Manny Piñol. As long as you have subsidy in anything, we're not efficient. That's enough for corruption. I'm a free market guy. If we're not efficient with it, or if we're not efficient in producing the rice, let's kill the farmers then! Kumbaga, another scheme of ayuda. Name lang kailangan pasok na. Pwede ang fake beneficiaries double claiming kasi pangalan same. Right? Kuya Jel, PH Caster? Now you get it. You're getting what I mean. Download na tong live stream na to. Baka may kumonta kay Kayo at mag-coerce. Politikong mga bayani, magasaka, gutom pa rin. Yeah, for me, kasi, tama, if you're going to kill the farmers, kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga Villar, yung mga subdivision, yan ang hope nyo. Pwede yan sa 2K sako ng bigas, 1K lang ibibenta sa masa, tas 1K subsidize ulit, parang pinunch mo ng twice pa ulit yung kalahati. Ding, 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 ding. At least nagigets nyo. At least nagigets nyo. Ganyan talaga ngayon. Okay? At least gets nyo yung sinasabi ko. So, spread the word. Spread the word, guys. Let's stop this bullshit. Kasi kung ito ay campaign promise lang, para lang masabing, oh yan, nagawa na ni PBBM yung 20 pesos. Okay. Let's go back to reality now. Can we go back to reality now? Pero kapag pinilit na tuloy-tuloy, no. Hang on. Criminal mind lang talaga makakaisip niya. No. Hang on. Nope. Guys, directly proportional to ayuda, ganyan sistema ngayon. Exactly.
kung detalye, kukunin muna po natin sa local government units. May 1 pa po ito ilulunsad sa Cebu. Kapag may detalye na po tayo,
Buti andyan si Kayo para ma-share natin mga idea. By the way, this is Funny TV. Who's Funny TV? Sikat ka ba? Sikat yata ito eh. Funny TV. Ito. Ito. 250? O yung Funny TV. Funny TV yung nag-comment sa akin. Yung kahapon, okay. Yung hapon. Yung kahapon-hapon.
Po namin sa inyo.
Katrina
po.
Domingo, ABS-CBN.
It makes sense, sir, kayo. Galing ng paliwanag mo. Sana masagot nila. Sa sequence, na that's impossible to happen. Ako yon. O sige, ikaw yun. Para TV. Nai-guess nyo? Na parang sa sequence na sinabi ko, tell us kung paano hindi mangyayari yon. Kasi I admit, that's theoretical. Kumaga, ang tawag ko dyan, theoretical bullshit. That's theoretical bullshit. Pero, again, that's how I work. A priori, hypothesis, then falsify it. Katulad nito, yung kay chill ride lang. Sabi ko kahapon ba yun isang araw, na NFA magbebenta ng palay and then bibili sila ng same stock ng palay, right? Right? Tapos sabi ni chill ride, actually, di sila pwede magbenta ng palay. Bigas lang. Oh, actually, makes sense. Okay. Tapos tinig ko yung RTL, tsaka yung dati pwede under certain circumstances, pero yung RTL na yung kila Villar is pinagbawalan na sila, right? So, okay, that's good. Actually, that's good. Now, they are forced to actually collude na sa co-op. Right? Because of that RTL. Kasi mas maraming involved na tao, mas madaling mahuli yung corruption. Mas konti yung taong involved, mas mahirap huliin yung corruption. Nakikas niyo yun? Bakit mata na lang, ano ba naman bosses natin, agets ng logic na ginawa nila, sasabihin lang tayo na naninira, walang proof. Para guess yung point ko, right? Distraction din yung May 1 to May 3, libreng sakay. Dapat talaga tanggalin na ang data privacy kinalaman sa government projects. Correct. Sana guess yung point ko kanina. Okay. Anyway.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, Vice President Sara Duterte has questioned the timing of the release of this 20 peso per
Boss kayo, why do we need to accept that this is the fulfillment campaign promise? Pahirap ito sa bayan in the long run. Well, ang point ko nga, hindi ka naman nakikinig, Bruce D. Ang point ko nga, hindi nga in the long run. Kaya nga campaign promise lang, kung campaign promise lang, if it's a political move, that's fine with me, totally fine with me. Because I know that PBBM has to play politics too. Okay? May pinramis siya, ayun yung binabato sa kanya na hindi mo nagawa, and then ngayon, nagawa niya, and then, ayan, nasampalin niya yung mga DDS, matahimik yung mga DDS, right? Okay, that's fine. And then stop! Because if you actually continue that 20 pesos with subsidy, we're gonna have a problem. Because it's not the fulfilling of your promise. Ang issue dito is only covered sa campaign promise. Let's go.
kilo rice. How do you convince the public that this is not a form of politicking, particularly because it is being launched weeks before the midterm elections?
Kailan pa po ba natin ibibigay ang sakate sa
Tapos,
kabayo?
tapos na yan. Okay na yan. Mas okay lang sa kanya kung political yan. Pakinggan natin to, ha?
Number natin. Pero we're, ano kasi,
Pakinggan natin to.
10 to 15 po lagi ang subsidy from NFA.
10 to 15 ang subsidy. Anyway, sige po. So ngayon, yung pong sinasabi na 13 pesos, no? Na subsidy, paghahatian noong contingency fund ng Presidente na idadaan din sa DA at ng LGU.
Ganun po yun, hati po sila. Tama po.
Ayun po naman pala ang formula nito. Pero dito po,
Tunay na presyo ay nakadepende sa supply at demand. Kaya kalokohan ng 20 pesos na bigas. Not only that, if you actually track the minimum wage as a percentage ng 1 kilong bigas sa minimum wage, wala tayo sa anomaly. We're tracking that same rate. So, technically, ang bigas ngayon ay hindi mahal. Relative sa historical. Kung ang benchmark mo is minimum wage. Kaya nga yung minimum wage ngayon, 'di ba? At kinokontrol nila, which is good. At least alam ng presidente na teka, we have to think about that first. Because ang mga businesses dito at nag-employ dito is small, medium enterprises. Okay? We're gonna burden the businesses if we actually increase the minimum wage. And not only that, the inflation will follow. Nagigets nyo? And you think yung bigas is hindi maapektuhan? It will.
O sa pag-absorb nyo nung paunang subsidiya, saan kayo kukuha ng pera?
This is not the issue of being DDS or loyalista. Issue ito. Ako nga sa akin, wala akong problema kung gusto niya lang i-fulfill yung pangako niya nung campaign promise siya, tapos masabi lang, ayan na, yung parang, yung hindi kayang i-deny ng DDS, it happened. But you subsidize it, but we did. It happened. You cannot argue with reality. Nakabili ng 20 pesos, but you subsidize it. So, that was my promise, right? I subsidize it. Sure. But it's 20 pesos, right? Yeah. But you subsidize it. Yeah. Detail. Did you compare that to provincial rate? Ang alin? Kumbaga, hindi na may importante kung technicality lang. Mas bigger problem yung corruption.
Andyan na po kasi yung pondo na binibigay sa atin ng under the GAA. Binigyan po tayo ng 9 billion. So,
ito GAA, binigyan daw ng 9 billion.
andyan
Sa
na
GAA nang gagaling ha.
po kasi yung pondo na binibigay sa atin ng under the GAA.
Under the GAA daw ha.
Binigyan po tayo ng 9 billion.
Bigyan tayo ng 9 billion. And not only that, what was the issue on the GAA? Yung kino-question ngayon, hindi ba kasama ang DA doon? Hindi ba kasama agriculture doon? Tama ba ako? Hindi ba kasama ang GAA sa kino-question sa GAA ngayon is yung tungkol doon? Sa blanco sa agriculture? Lalusutan tayo doon Tama ba ako? It all interconnects. Kasama sa blanco ang amount. Exactly. Sheesh, sneaky PC.
So, yun po pinambibili natin ng palay na yan, 9 billion. Pag naging bigas po yan, yung pinagbebentahan po natin ng bigas, doon po tayo kumukuha ng panggastos natin. So, ang nangyayari po niya ng sistema kay NFA, pag binigyan mo po siya ng 9 billion, pinambili niya lahat ng palayan, kinonvert at na-distribute yung meron na po agad certain X number of percent na mababawas due to those subsidies or yun, for subsidies, nababawas doon sa 9 billion. So, palit po yan ng palit. Doon po natin kinukuha.
Ang dapat talaga diyan, aminin ng hindi kaya yung 20 pesos na bigas, ganyan na cost ng payo ng presidente. No, you don't understand. Nagawa nga Bakit nila sasabihin hindi kaya? Kaya. Ayun, sinubsidize. Kaya. Ayun na nga Kaya nga nagreklamo yung mga DDS
Okay, sige. So habang palit ng palit ito, sa ngayon po na
pakinggan nyo
Subsidies or yun, for subsidies, nababawas doon sa 9 billion. So, palit po yan ng palit. Doon po natin kinukuha.
Paliit ng paliit. Why kaya?
Meron na po agad certain X number percent na mababawas due to those subsidies or yun, for subsidies. Nababawas doon sa 9 billion. So, palit po yan ng palit. Doon po natin...
Correct. Palit ng paliit. Of course, we're burning cash
kinukuha.
Okay, sige. So habang paliit ng paliit ito, sa ngayon po na Abril 28, gaano na po ito kaliit? Abril 28, gaano na po ito
Abril 28.
kaliit?
Yung sa ngayon po kasing pondo natin,
Artificial price, but I doubt it na itutuloy nila yan after election. Don't be so confident. Pero ako gusto ko talaga wag na ituloy yan.
pambili ng palay, kasi yun po ang binibigay sa atin, no?
Palay,
Ating pambili ng palay, kasi yun po ang binibigay sa atin, no? Kung susumahin po, pati po yung natira natin last year, pati po yung 9 billion na bibigay po totally, kasi hindi mo po binibigay sa bansa yan. For this year, ang suma total po niyan, meron pa po tayong roughly 12 billion pambili ng palay sa ating mga magsasaka.
Okay.
Meron pa raw, 12 billion.
Yung 12 billion na pambili po para ho sa aanihin ngayon ng ating farmers, kukuhanan mo pa rin yan nung subsidy para dito po sa 20 pesos per rice na programa?
Hindi. Actually, hindi.
Bili po para ho sa aanihin ngayon ng ating farmers, kukuhanan mo pa rin yan nung subsidy.
Hindi. Bali, buo yun na yung pambibili ng palay, subsidy mas mapupunta sa pagbenta. Hindi pwede direct eh.
Para dito po sa 20 pesos per rice na programa?
Hindi po direct.
Told ya.
Ganon. Ibibili ko lahat ng palay, yung 12 billion.
Tama.
Pero pagdating na hanggang distribution, mababawas na po, magagastusan na yan, operational expenses and all, plus yung sabihin natin
Remove the regulation sa rice import. That's the way to go. I agree.
subsidy, yung output po niyan sa isang ikot, iyon po ang mababawas doon sa ating pondo, no? Pero hindi po talaga actually nabawasan yung pambili natin sa mga magsasaka. It's still 12 billion.
Okay.
Buong-buo pwede kong ipambili po yan ng palay.
So lalabas nga kasi, yung subsidy magiging bunga na lang yan noon ng produced na bigas from the palay sa pagbebenta ninyo sa FTI.
Yes, correct. You're right.
Tama po yun.
Okay, para klaro ha. Sige. So sa ngayon po, ilan ba ang, di ba ho, ang sinasabi rin po ni Secretary nga dito, kasi ang numero unong problema ninyo ay wala na kayong space sa inyong stock na palay tsaka na bigas, di ba?
Wala
Tama.
na yan.
Ding tulong na, so nga sa programang ito, you're going to solve two problems.
Okay, ganito po. Ang NFA po ay merong 342 na bodega
142 na bodega.
nationwide. 134 po dyan are undergoing repairs.
Undergoing repair, kaya puno na yung kaya kailangan. Well, technically, hindi pala puno. Under construction lang yung bodega. Okay.
So, meron po tayong 208 na natitirang active na hindi nire-repair. Doon po sa capacity ng 342 na total, no? Ang capacity po niya na actually is 25 million bags capacity. Ano po yan? Total nationwide.
Is that palay or rice?
Rice.
Either palay po or bigas, yun po ang
Ayun yung problema, either, di ba? Either. So, may mixing sa gitna kasi sila rin yung nag-mill, di ba? So, ibig sabihin may bigas. So, ito yung question ko doon. Amo ha? Ito yung sinasabi ko doon sa wash sale. Okay? Tama ha? May palay, may bigas. Okay? So, ngayon, tama ha? Pwede lang yung bigas ibenta na, right? Yung bigas ngayon, pwede ngayon bibenta ng FTI, right? Bibenta ng FTI. Ngayon, may pagkulod sila sa co-op. Ngayon, on paper, pala yung binili kasi pala yung kailangan nilang bilhin, right? Ngayon, pero ipapasok nila dito. Papasok nila dito sa bigas. Right? So, paikot-ikot. Right? So, pwede pa rin kasi may mixing sa gitna eh. May palay, tsaka may bigas. Yun yung problema. So, yung RTL, okay yung RTL eh. Okay yung RTL na iniwasan yun eh. Pero, dito sa mangyayaring to, walang problema kung free market eh. Walang problema kung free market. Nag-guess nyo? Kung free market, ito yung nangyayari, walang subsidy, okay lang, wala tayong magagawa eh. Hindi sila makakuha ng ganyang klaseng style. Kasi hindi sila pwede magbenta ng ganyan kababa. Right? Nagigets nyo? Pero, nung may market intervention na, may government intervention na, yun, nagbago na. Nagbago na ang problema natin.
computation natin kasi hindi naman po nagkakalayo ng volume.
Kaya yun bang stock? Hindi, local farmers nga daw.
Ano yung dalawa, medyo mas manipis lang ng konti pag bigas. Pero roughly, yun na rin po yan.
Okay.
25 million bags.
Okay.
Pero pag inalis po natin yung 134 na bodega na nire-repair, yung capacity po na nawala po dyan, no? Yung na pwedeng pag-imbakan, na nabawasan po yan ng 10 million bags na capacity. So, yung 25 natin, bawasan mo yung nire-repair natin ng 10 million bags capacity. Natira po sa atin yan 15 million bags capacity actual. Opo. Doon sa 15 million bags na actual po yan, ano po ang stocks level natin ngayon? Meron po tayong 10.1 million bags of palay at meron po tayong 1.2 million bags of milled rice. So, roughly 10 ano po yan, 11.3. So, yung difference na lang po ng 15 million bags doon sa 11.3.
Oh, anyway, okay na yan. So, guess nyo na kung bakit importante yung question ni Eden. Kayo ng farmers, ang co-op, kasi nandun magiging, pitfall. Pitfall ba tawag doon? Doon na magiging pitfall Okay? So, kailangan malaman talaga yung mga yun. Kasi dati, prior sa RTL, pwede magbenta sila ng palay. So, pwedeng umikot lang, mag-cycle lang yon at hindi na kailangan may pag-connive sa co-op. But ngayon, because hindi sila pwede magbenta ng palay, kailangan nilang i-mill. So, ngayon, ibig sabihin, kung magkakaroon man ng wash sale, kailangan nila mag-collude ngayon sa co-op. Guess nyo na? Yun yung importante doon. Or, ang pwede nila gawin din is i-hoard yung tapos ibenta sa black market. So, kumita sila. Right? Guess nyo? Let's say na ang gawin nila is 48 pesos, kunin nila yung nabibenta, yung mabili sa palengke. And then subsidize nila. Right? Kasi pwede nilang gawin yun Pwede nilang gawin yun. Kasi wala namang farmers, di naman natin alam kung saan ko nakuha Walang identity, walang ng co-op, walang footprints. So, pwede silang kumuha. Like, for example, kumuha sa isang co-op na nag-import. And then yun yung bigay, tapos i-subsidize, makakuha sila na ngayon ng pera. Same thing. Katulad nung sinabi ni Funny TV kanina. Subsidized rice could be redirected and sold to private markets at a profit rather than being sold to intended beneficiaries. Exactly. Yung sinabi ko nga kanina, dalawa pa lang yun May isa pa ako naiisip. Diyan sila magkapera sa cycle na yan. Co-op to NFA. Correct. Yup. Okay. Punta na tayo sa second good news. Okay? Second good news. Ang West Philippine Sea po ay nasa Google Maps na. Ayan po yung April 15. Ayan po yung April 15. Good news na pinagmamalaki. Nasa Google Maps na. Nasa Google Maps na ngayon ang kanlurang bahagi ng South China Sea na tinatawag na West Philippine Sea. Kinilala ng Google Maps ang West Philippine Sea na kanilang mapa sa lokasyon ng Scarborough at Panatag Shoal. Pangisdaan na bahagi ng 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone EEZ ng Pilipinas. Okay? So that was April 15. Okay? Ngayon, ito yung bad news. Nag-expire na po yung 7-day trial. Ayan po. Nag-expire na po yung 7-day trial. Natakot sa Googly. Googly? Hindi mo ito ang Google. West Philippine Sea removed from Google Maps. News update. More than 2 weeks after Google Maps made the West Philippine Sea label more prominent, the term now appears to have been removed from the platform. Kayo balik na siya uli. Mamaya yun. WPS refers to the waters within the Philippines 200 nautical miles exclusive economic zone. The term was officially adopted in 2012. Yan yung bad news. Tapos na yung tapos na yung 7-day trial. Ito pa. Ito. West Philippine Sea no longer visible on Google Maps. April 30, ABS-CBN. Google Map appears to have removed the West Philippine Sea label on the global mapping platform. A quick search on Google app on Wednesday showed that the label is no longer visible on the western section of the Philippines exclusive economic zone. Ayan po yung bad news. Bad news po is natapos na pa yung 7-day trial. 7-day trial. Ang good news naman po, nag-renew na sila. Ang good news po, naka-renew na po sila. Bumalik, wala pa rin sa Google Map ko. Sa Google Earth, di naman nawala. Ito, Google Map to eh. West Philippine Sea. Salamat, Tolentino. Ayun nga, no. Free trial ulit gamit ibang Gmail. Sana nirenew yung WinRAR. 7 days na maulit. Sticker lang yung WPS dahil nabasa sa tubig. Ayan po yung good news natin. Ang question ko lang po dito, no? Sino po doon sa 3 cycle na yun ng fake news? So, it seems to me na kahit sabihin mong hindi West Philippine Sea ngayon yan, hindi ka pa rin fake news, right? Kasi yung Google nga 3 beses nag-renew eh. Google eh. Lakas man trip. Ha? Gumawa lang ng bagong Gmail. Magkano kaya? Meron akong Philippine map gamit ko during high school days. Kaso bakit South China Sea yung ito. Walang budget sa premium. Ito na nga meron, Kahit sa Google Map meron, wala naman sa ibang map services kaya gaya ng Apple. Time-bound lang daw. Yun nga eh. Pwede ba? Yusek. Pwede bang pakisolve to? Doon sa 3 pangyayaring yon, sino yung fake news? Kasi mukhang fake news din yung mainstream ngayon. Sa bagay, kaaway mo na rin ng mainstream ngayon, no? Yan yung problema sa'yo. Unang-una, incompetent ka sa philosophy. Pangalawa, incompetent ka sa logic. Di ba? Ayan, sinampal ka na naman. So, ano ngayon yung fake news dyan? Nawala na mainstream Nagalileo sila Rappler lang mainstream na hindi mainstream. Ayan West Philippine Sea no longer visible on Google Maps. Oh. Oh. Pero, oh, yan. Ano? O, tingnan natin.
Iginiit ng isang security expert na patunay ang pagkakasama ng West Philippine Sea sa Google Maps na kinikilala ng international community.
Oh. Yun yung naging argumento, di ba? Oh.
Ang territorial claims ng Pilipinas sa nasabing dagat. Ayon kay Dr.
Magsama si Ante at... Diba?
Chester Cabalsa, founder ng International Development and Security Cooperation, ibinabalik nito ang saya at sigla noong manalo ang bansa sa arbitration case laban sa 11. Samantala, muling iginiit ng Pilipinas ang mga karapatan nito of conduct to ang tinalakay sa pulong na ginanap noong April 9 in International South China Sea Arbitral Award.
So-called miles between.
What legal?
To see first how can address.
Ayun pala yung nasa Google Maps na. Ay, nasa Google Maps na. Wala silang balita nung nawala sa Google Maps. Oh. Ang tanong ko lang naman kay Yusek, sino yung fake news dyan? That didn't age well. Oh. Hindi ba dahil sa Tolentino Law yan? Baka. Oh. Bakit di natin maklik? Pwede ba i-click to? Oh, punta ka. Punta ka. Tuwing kaya ka. Tayong Gulf of Mexico nga. Gulf of America sa kinikilala. Sa tingin mo, ano nangyari dyan? Bakit nawala? Nag-expire nga yung 7-day trial. Oh, nagkano na sila? Nag-subscribe na sila ng yearly. Annually. Yun na nga yun. So, good news, bad news, good news. Okay? Ganyan tayo. Sige, let's go. Let's go. Dito naman tayo sa susunod na good news natin. Ay, bad news naman. Bad news naman tayo. Bad news naman. Okay? Sa bad news naman tayo ulit. Okay na tayo sa West Philippine Sea. Tanggalin natin si Funny TV. Daily Tribune. Tanggalin na rin yung bigas. Tapos na tayo dyan. Dito tayo sa bad news. Ito yung bad news. Sa education naman tayo. Ha? Salamat, Yusek. May mga question ba kayo? Almost 19 million senior high graduates in 2024 can't read PSA. Bad news. April 30 lang to, Bad news, guys. Manila, Philippines. A total of 18.96 million Filipino students who graduated from senior and junior high school in 2024 cannot read and understand the simple story. Kung si Yusik yung nagkukwento, siguro naman justifiable, ha? Miski nga matanda, naguguluhan, bata pa kaya. Anyway, this information was presented at the Senate Education Panel's hearing on Wednesday with Committee Head Senator Sherwin Gatchalian reacting to data presented by the Philippine Statistics Authority. Fake news yan, hindi Rappler. The PSA defined a functionally literate person as someone who can read, write, compute, and comprehend. If you look at the 2024 figure, there are 18 million students who the PSA detected that are senior high school graduates and junior high school graduates but are not functionally literate. Alam mo, I disagree na they cannot understand the story. Okay? Okay? Like, reading comprehension, I don't agree with that. Maybe the structure, the sentence, or the way it's written or ano, is hindi sila sanay. Bakit? What's my proof? They actually chat sa messenger. Nagmamaritesan sila dun. They can understand the story. So there's a gap between the story you're talking about and the story they're talking about. Get it? Because if they actually comprehend yung usapan nila, then wala tayong problema sa comprehension technically. Logically speaking, there's no problem there. Parang reduced price of rice by up to 7 pesos ba yan? Oh, parang ganun. In relation sa topic, may pinost ako sa one Discord. Relation sa topic ng? Ato. Ano?
Babaan yung grade na yun. Kasi hindi dapat hadlang ang grade para magkaroon ng sa education na, di ba kasi ang susi sa education,
Ano ba, teacher ba yun?
sa success is education.
Eh, paano mo naman maintindihan yan? Sige nga, maintindihan nyo ba yung sinabi niya? Sige nga tayo, magkalinawan tayo. Hindi sa comprehension eh, sa teacher siguro. O, ito natin na.
Ito natin syempre babaan yung grade na yun.
Babaan natin ang grade na yon.
Kasi hindi dapat hadlang
Hindi dapat hadlang
ang grade para
ang grade
magkaroon ng
para magkaroon ng
sa
education na,
di
di ba kasi susi sa Hindi kaya normal yung mga bata. Siguro naman normal na hindi nila maintindihan yan, right? Sabi kasi si FRD, 75 lang sapat na. Siguro naman, justifiable naman na hindi maintindihan kung ganito yun, di ba?
Success is education. Nakapag-aral ka. Para may diploma ka, para may susi ka na makapagtrabaho ng maayos. Diba? Tama po ba? So maganda, gusto natin, mababa yung grade system na yan para mas madami makapag-aral ng mga bata.
Ha?
Makapagtrabaho ng maayos. Diba? Tama po ba? So maganda, gusto natin, mababa yung grade system
Mababa yung grading system?
na yan para mas madami makapag-aral ng mga bata.
Puso, hindi ko nga naiintindihan. Matanda na ako eh. Ibaba yung grading system para mas marami makapag-aral na bata. Alam mo dati, nung panahon namin, mababa nga yung grading system eh. Kasi yung pinakamataas sa amin, 90, 93. Di ba? Anong kinalaman ng mababang grade system? Imbis na itaas ang standards, ibaba. Ayan, Teacher Mark. Ano yan? Babaan ng standard? Ganun, oh. Say the magic word, Sir Kayo. No, sorry, dude. I'm trying to change, you know. Okay? Don't. Not today, Satan. Not today, Satan! Not today, Satan. Okay? I'm trying to change. You guys have to help me, you know? Don't push me. Help me. Dapat grading system ang... Siguro naman justifiable yung batang hindi makakaintindi sa sinabi niya, right?
Okay po ba yun?
Hindi okay yun. Hindi lang makaintindi ng English sa waba na agad ang operation. Exactly. Kaya I disagree with that. Why? Because people na kayang i-comprehend yung English are actually exposed to the language. It's not actually the comprehension. It is the language. Kasi nga, yung mga magtutropang yung mga barkada niyan, nagkukwento yan. Nagmamaritesan yan. They can actually comprehend the story. Right? It's not the comprehension. I disagree with that. It's about the exposure to the language. Ikaw ba naman, panoorin mo, puro anime na Japanese. Diba? Hoy, alam mo ba? Si ano, yung crush mo. May kasamang chicks. Wala na. Pag-examine mo yung mga kanon ng Tagalog, di ba? Very familiar. Huy, alam mo ba? Tama, super agree ako kayo. Kung hindi naman nag-i-English sa school, paano nila gagamitin lang? Exactly. It's not about the comprehension. They can comprehend. Kasi they can comprehend the story na kinukwento sa kanila ng kausap nila, right? It's not the comprehension, it's the language. Kung may issue na you are very articulate with one language and then hindi mo maintindihan, then okay. You have a point na it's the comprehension. Dito na-expose kami sa mga bagong terms kaya natututo kami. Correct. Ano yun kayo? Is that language barrier? Yeah. It is. It's about the quality of the curriculum they are feeding. Not only that. Okay, this is the bad news, okay? Ito yung bad news. Yung bagsak sa comprehension, right? So kayo yung in-expect mo makaintindi yung estudyante tapos yung teacher ganyan din kalabo. Exactly. Oh. Eto, begging the question assume na mahusay na sa English. Eto yung bad news. O eto naman yung good news. Siyempre may good news, bad news tayo. Good news, bad news tayong format Okay? May nanggaya nga DJ daw yun Si DJ Byron. No. Very original. Anyway, ito yung good news. Ito yung good news, guys. DepEd to train students in critical thinking. Angara says. Hey!
Wow, ang ganda mo. Pero bakit pag nagsalita ka parang may script na galing sa totohanan?
Ate Clara, uso ba sa'yo ang makeup ng katotohanan? Naka-filter ng bibig, puro admin na pinapanigan. Fact check daw pero di mo binabanggit ang buo. Kalahating kwento tapos ang ending panig sa idolo. May lista ka pa ng fake news kuno, pero di mo ma-point yung ano.
Ito yung good news. Ito yung good news, guys. Let's read. Oh, really? DepEd to train students in critical thinking. Angara says. Yun, may sign of life. Ito. Manila, Philippines. Sunod na yung logic. Dapat nga mauna yan Guys, ang critical thinking is mas higher sa logic. Guys, come on. Baliktad nga eh. Dapat mauna yung logic. Bakit? Because ang critical thinking is higher than logic. Critical thinking is about analysis na. Logic is just the structure. Dapat nga logic muna bago critical thinking. Manila, Philippines. To address functional illiteracy among Filipino students, the Department of Education, DepEd. Yup, logic is the tool. Education, DepEd has shifted its focus on training learners to become critical thinkers instead of teaching them to memorize in school. Wow.
Wow, ang ganda mo ha. Pero bakit pag nagsalita ka parang may script na galing sa totohanan?
Ulitin natin. The Department of Education has shifted its focus to training learners to become critical thinkers instead of teaching them to memorize in school.
Wow, ang ganda mo ha. Pero bakit pag nagsalita ka parang may script na galing sa totohanan?
Ate Clara, uso ba sa'yo ang makeup ng katotohanan? Naka-filter ang bibig puro at na pinapanigan. Fact check daw pero di mo binabanggit ang buo. Kalahating kwento tapos ang ending panig sa idolo. May lista ka pa ng...
Let's go! Pwede mo mag-volunteer dyan. Kahit dito lang sa school dito sa amin, I'll do it for free. Kailangan ko lang ng authority na magturo doon ng basic logic sa mga elementary. DepEd, Angara. Let's do an experiment. I'll volunteer. Dito sa school malapit sa amin. I'll teach kids basic logic. After they learn how to read, we teach them logic. Pwede yan, Sir Kayo. Lapit ka sa school principal. Hindi, dapat maganda yung may anggara eh. May anggara. Backer. Yeah, kailangan mo lang ng like ng hour kung kailangan doon, then alam nilang turuan mo sila, right? No, yung mga teacher ang turuan mo. No, ayoko mahirap turuan yung matanda, guys. Guys. Gusto ko rekta bata. I'm interested din kung ano yung, alam mo, gusto ko magkaroon ng comparison na etong school na to, walang subject ng logic. And yung school na to, meron, right? Hindi, school na to, wala. Kasi ito, meron. Tingnan natin kung mag-excel ba yung, itatrack natin yung mga estudyanteng yun. Itatrack natin yung mga estudyanteng yun kung saan sila pupunta. Okay? And then pag-track natin, doon natin malalaman na itong mga to, itong batch na to, nahuli ba o nakapag-catch up? Right? You can teach old dogs new tricks. No new tricks. Comparison case study. Correct, di ba? Gawa ka lang educational channel kayo at papalabas sa schools. Wow, makapasok nga. So kayo, bakit kapag narinig ko ako sa, nakikinig ako sa iyo at kay Atty. Liban, pakiramdam na may matutunan ako. Pag kay Claire, parang tingin niya, nanonood tanga. Empirical test, right? Di ba? Tingnan nyo yung mga galing sa community natin naka-clear. Ang palaya na. Makipag-coordinate sa ACT, teachers. Baka kaya mong gawang paraan yan, Bro Rosel's dad. Malakas kapit mo dito sa Cavite. Yeah. Tuturuan mo lang sila kung paano mag-reason. Tsaka kasi ang gusto kong gawin is Socratic method. Sir Caillou, ano ba dapat mauna? Logic or critical thinking? Logic. Logic. Logic is the structure eh. Parang formula. Parang ganito siya, ano mo eh. Ano ba dapat mauna? Knowing the formula or solving problems? Of course, the formula. You should know the formula before you can solve the problems. The formula is logic. Solution is critical thinking. Come on, dude. Cause and effect like dumb ways to die. Come on. Like Taki-Taki Anggara gawin ka sekretary niya. Hindi naman siya ituturuan ko eh. Yung mga bata dito lang, tamad ako, dito na yung gusto ko. Dito lang sa school na to. Effective naman yung teachings ni Kuya Caillou sa anak namin. Yun nga lang minsan, sinasabi namin na, don't do that, that's for stupid people. Grabe ka naman, perfect, pamilya ng perfecto naman to. Sobra. Oh, tuloy. Pero yung sa pag-seminar ko, sabay na po yung logic at sa critical thinking po. Ay, matanda ka na kasi. The move comes a day after the Philippine Statistics Authority revealed during a Senate hearing that nearly 19 million senior and junior high school graduates in 2024 are considered functionally literate. Which means they struggle to comprehend the simple story. DepEd Secretary Sani Anggara on Thursday said he would address this concern by intensifying the department's interventions, starting from remedial and literacy programs to more effective use of data in each school. We also deepened our teaching and assessment methods. Instead of memorization, this is nice. We are shaping students to become critical thinkers and have 21st century skills. Pragmatist, guys! In short, Senator Anggara is training the students to be pragmatist. Woo!
Wow, ang ganda mo ha. Pero bakit pag nagsalita ka parang may script na galing sa totohanan?
Ate Clara, uso ba sa'yo ang makeup ng katotohanan? Naka-filter ang bibig, puro admin ang pinapanigan. Fact check daw pero di mo binabanggit ang buo. Kalahating kwento tapos ang ending panig sa idolo. May lista ka pa ng fake news kuno, pero di mo ma-point kung anong linya do.
Kuya Caillou, natandaan mo yung sinabi ko na there will be a time na mag-reach na ang teaching mo sa mga bata. Ito na ata. Gusto ko ang testingin as a philosophical inquiry. I'm a pragmatist inquiry. I like to see pragma kid, yo. Gusto ko malaman these people, these kids, one with logic subject and one don't have it. Okay? Sino yung mag-excel? Right? Nag-train lang sila parapat kay Sir Caillou. Paano kaya yan i-deliver ni Atty. Claire na hit ang logic? Another seminar is another budget, mga boss. Sa akin, I'll do it for free, dude. I'll do it for free. I'll volunteer. Yeah. Ilang hour everyday yon? 1 hour everyday. Weekdays. Kasi gusto kong i-track yung isang batch lang eh. Okay? Isang batch lang gusto kong i-track. Pa-credit ka na sa DepEd. Ang away kanto na puro argumento. Gusto kong isang batch lang. Sa bagay, hindi na kailangan ng ibang school, no? Isang batch lang yung kunin mo. Ito, hindi batch pala, isang classroom. Right? Isang classroom lang. And then, i-track mo lang yung mga estudyante na yon. At saka, ang gusto kong gawin kasi, ang gusto ko i-try, yung last section. Yung last section ang gusto kong turuan. Can they actually reach? Makaka-catch up ba sila? Right? Kaya, boss kayo, kailang tanda mo na, may problema kaya sa comprehension pare. We have also deepened our teaching and assessment methods. Instead of memorization, we are shaping students to become critical thinkers and have 21st century skills. Angara said in Filipino in a statement. Angara said in Filipino in a statement. Oh. Why is it in quote if it's not the verbatim shit? Angara said in Filipino in a statement. I'm confused. Why is it in quote? Kayo hindi ba tinuturo yan sa mga English subjects for comprehension sa high school? Hindi mo kayang ituro ang comprehension. Unang-una, you need to be exposed in the language. Gawa na ng server si Chubbs for Pragma. Imagine usapan ng mga bata, sabi nga ni Aurelius. Naalala niyo sabi ni Socrates? Nagsimula yung quotes sa Wii. Oo nga. Hindi ko gets yung point mo, Paps Chulo. He also emphasized that DepEd is actively working to correct the past and prepare every child for a stronger future, ensuring that every Filipino learner is functionally literate is a commitment we owe to our constituents. Pero, Senator Angara, we have a problem there. You don't teach critical thinking. You expose them on problems. Pero you can teach them logic. Basic logic. Kasi ang ginagawa natin is nilalagay natin sa nilalagay natin sa college level yung logic eh. Pero in history, after the kids learn how to read, the next thing na they learn is logic. As the Romans, as the Greeks. Pang-college na kasi symbolic logic. Hindi symbolic logic, basic nga lang eh. Mga basic inference. If P then Q, P therefore Q. If si teacher is mataba, then si teacher ay matakaw. Si teacher ay mataba, therefore si teacher ay matakaw. Yehey! Ang galing-galing mo, Robert. O, di ba? O, paano naman, kids? Kapag hindi naman siya matakaw, di hindi po siya mataba. Ang galing! Di ba, ang galing mo naman, Robert. Oh. Na-sort of questioning po kasi yan. Gagi, di ba? O, sige. Ano pa? Isip pa tayo. Paano pagpasok mo sa classroom? Walang tao. Paglabas mo, Philo and Logic, second year ko na take. Buhay pa pala to si Teacher Ed, gagi. Buhay ka pa pala, Teacher Ed. Nahiwagaan pa rin ako sa gusto nilang way of revision senior high. Puwera biro nung high school ako, Notre Dame, meron kaming subject na language reclusive with logic and comprehension. High school! Late na nga rin yung high school eh. Bilangin natin ang bibili na bilbil ng teacher. Oh. Pag ang palay naging bigas, may pumayo. Ang talo si Enzo Miki. Last mo na yan, ha? Kids! Kids! Kapag nakita mo yung kalsadang basa, anong ibig sabihin nun? Teacher! Teacher kayo! Teacher kayo! Teacher kayo! Asarapan na gano'n. Teacher kayo! Teacher kayo! Teacher kayo! Ango! Nakikita kita. Ba mo yung kamay mo. Ikaw na kasi alam ko yung sagot. O sige, ikaw na nga. O ano sagot? Dahil umulan. Mali. Opo. Mali. Ha? Hindi ba teacher kapag umulan nababasa yung kalsada? Kapag umulan nababasa yung kalsada, tama yun. Pero hindi ibig sabihin basa yung kalsada is umulan na kagad. Think, Maria. Think. Yan ba yung tinuturo sa'yo ng mga magulang mo? Bukas patawag mo yung mga magulang mo, ha? Ayan. Sir, ma'am. Sir, ma'am. Tinuruan niyo ho ba to kapag kabasa yung kalsada, ibig sabihin umulan? O bakit sir, tama naman yun, ha? Ulan lang ba ang pwedeng explanation kung bakit basa yung kalsada? Ay, hindi nga, no. Oo nga, no. Parang hindi nga, no. Atin ho kayo sa next namin, ha? Medyo Miguel na lasing sir kayo. Parang, class, ang tawag dito ay abductive reasoning. Meron kang explanation sa isang event. Pero hindi ibig sabihin ng ng explanation mo ay tama na. Bakit? Bakit, Roberto? O, huwag ka matulog, Roberto! Tayo. Bakit sa abductive reasoning ay yung explanation mo sa isang event ay hindi sure? Kasi hindi mo nakita? Kasi hindi mo nakita? Well, tama ka naman. Hindi mo nakita kaya hindi sure. Pero lahat ba ng nakita mo, sure? Oo nga, ano. Patawag mo ulit yung magulang mo. Hindi na, sir. Hindi mo nagsisimula kumukulo na agad ng dugo. Teacher, tumain si Janet, oh. Hoy, Janet! Sana all na dindaligan. Batuhan mo ng eraser. Pag walang eraser, yung chair na. Tuloy natin to. Oh. In the end, Angara said DepEd will do everything in its power to ensure that no Filipino children will be left behind. Oh, we will not let any child fall behind in reading and understanding. The recent functional literacy, education, and mass media survey results on functional literacy highlight what we have long recognized. Literacy must be at the heart of our education reforms. But parang bumper sticker lang din PSA earlier defined a functionally literate person as someone who can read, write, compute, and comprehend. Ayun guys, ayun yung good news. Critical thinking. Alam mo maganda totoong may class tungkol dito kahit mag-zoom para may magandang interaction. Hindi ako ganun kasi Mark eh. More on gusto ko kasi yung Socratic, yung it's like we're just talking. Ganun. Ano kinain mo kanina? Robert? Robert! Huwag mong kalikutin yung ilong mo. Huwag kayo magsabunutan dyan. Hi. Socratic gusto ko. Parang conversational siya. Oh. Question. Oo. Si Robert. Robert na naman. Ito na yung last good news. Active learning lagi para masaya classroom. Di ba? Ikaw. Bakit parang inaantok ka? Nagkalmusal ka ba? Teacher naman, wala namang kunik yung inaantok tsaka yung kumain ka na eh. Ang galing mo ha? O ano dapat yung may kunik? Hindi ba dapat ang tanong mo? Bakit ka inaantok? Puyat ka ba? +1. Very good, Maria. Galing mo ha? Okay naman yun. I think what I mean is mas mabilis yung interaction kaysa sa chat na ganito para tama din yung gusto ko din yung Socratic, ganun ako sa class ko. Oo, yun talaga dapat. Ganun ako doon sa youth na mga hinandle ko eh. We just share. Nasabihin, there are no stupid ideas. Unless I say it. Magaling kang bata ka. Parang Marites ang teacher kayo. Bigyan jacket yan. Si Maria. Buti pa si Maria, very good. Si Clara, hindi. Hoy Clara, ano na namang propaganda yan sinusulat mo? Ba't ang hilig mo sa hammer and sickle? Ha? Teacher, kasi farmers po yung pamilya ko eh. O, saan yung hammer? Ginagamit po nila dun sa ano ng kabayo. Clara! Ba't lagi ka nakapula? Halika dito! Anong masasabi mo, Clara? Revolution, hindi edukasyon na. Last good news. Last good news. Ano yun? Last good news. Tapos kang kidnapper na bonnet gang ka. Loko! CIDG Chief Torre faces illegal detention case. Yeah! Sa wakas, pinansin ng mainstream media. Basahin natin. Uy, nasa Philstar na pala. Boom. Bonnet gang talaga. Manila, Philippines. The head of the Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group and 9 CIDG officers are facing criminal charges for allegedly detaining a businesswoman for 6 days based on a photocopied red notice from the International Police Organization, Interpol. Damn! Suck on that, dude. CIDG Director Major General Nicolas Torre III and his subordinates failed to attend the preliminary investigation set by the Makati Prosecutor's Office on April 21 and 28. Hindi umattend. Hindi umattend. Para doon lang sila, si ano yung apat na kasama niya doon lang sa labas, pero hindi umattend. Dating talaga ang panahon na kahit anong tibay ng rook, ma-sacrifice yan. Hindi lang po ng pyesa ng chess. In March, Rochelle Calle, 48, filed complaints for unlawful arrest and arbitrary detention against Torre and his men. Good start for Ate Rochelle. Yeah. Alam mo ba, nag-usap kami kanina? Tuwan-tuwa kami. Napasigaw kami. Ito na! Ito na! Bumunga na! Nagbunga na! C3G, salamat sa'yo. The Star asked Torre for comment but has yet to receive a reply. Tumubo na ang talbos. Kali accused the CIDG of illegally detaining her from November 21 to 27, 2024 after the Interpol issued a red notice against her on May 2, 2023. She was charged with fraud by her former business partner Abdul Malek Halshihim in the United Arab Emirates. Based on Kali's complaint, a copy of which was obtained by the Star, meron silang kopya, 4 officers from the CIDG Detective and Special Operations Unit went to her house to serve an Interpol red notice on November 19, 2024. Kalye said the CIDG personnel told her that she would not be taken to the Bureau of Immigration if she would give them a Christmas gift. She refused. Yusek! Yusek! Kalye said the CIDG personnel told her that she would not be taken to the Bureau of Immigration if she would give them a Christmas gift. She refused. Damn. Kayo nabanggit din ni Atty. Trixie in her last LS na parang gusto din niya mag-file ng case dyan kay Torre before retirement para hindi makakuha ng benefits. After 2 days, 7 CIDG officers arrested Kalye at the Makati City Hall. The businesswoman, claiming she endured dire conditions while being held at the CIDG headquarters, sought assistance from the Public Attorney's Office, PAO. Ay, may issue rin sa PAO. Kasi may admin din na final si Ate Rochelle sa QC. Admin complain kay Torre, right? Hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin. Ano na, Pao? Pau! Ay, anak ko pala yung Pau. In a letter dated November 26, 2024, Pau's Quezon City Division urged Torre to release Calye since she had yet to be shown a court order. Damn! Ulit natin ha. Pau's Quezon City Division urged Torre to release Calye since she had yet to be shown a court order or arrest warrant from authorities both in the Philippines and in the UAE. Kinda questionable. On November 27, 2024, Calye said police accompanied her to the Department of Justice to file a perjury case against Al-Shihi, only to be told by the fiscal that her complaint was incomplete. Nabudol. Before she was released, Calye said she was made to sign an affidavit stating that she surrendered to police. Kahit Pao, alam yung process eh. General Diwata, pahuli ka na. So, ano ibig sabihin ito? Na-pick up na ng mainstream. This is good news. Dapat mapanagot itong mga to. Usually, yung mga victim ng abuse ng mga police takot mag-file ng admin case kasi babalikan talaga sila in any other kasi trabaho. Nakakabilib si Mala. Oo. Determined talaga siya. Pero pinagbibintang ka parang ayaw tayo may sino tao sa likod mo. Wala nga pumapansin sa akin eh. Wala nga pumapansin sa akin. Sabi ko nga, kaya di ba nung una duda rin yung mga tao na pero sabi ko, hindi, na-verify ko yung mga ano. I believe her. Well played, Ostrakayo. Ayan na. Salamat naman. At may hope pa pala. Pero may mas good news pa. May mas good news pa dyan. Philstar pa lang yan. May next ABS-CBN na. God bless sa inyo lahat. Bye-bye!
Tuwing 3:00, tumutok na kayo. Si Yusek Claire may bagong kwento. Kung saan ang tama, nagiging mali. At kung anong mali, yun daw ng balita. Daily propaganda briefing. Kung saan ang tanong ay scripted ang ending. Sabay-sabay tayo.